right, welcome back to another episode of No More Yes Girls, where we, your hosts, Vivian and Vinay, talk about our healing journeys. I will say stay until the end because we have something special for you guys.
Yep, very exciting.
Listen till the very end. You're going to want to hear this. Don't miss it. All right, so this episode, um, we're going to dive into talking about patience.
Hmm.
And I want to do like a little backstory before we jump into more of like down into the nitty-gritty of patience, meaning what I thought what patience was. So I used to think patience meant waiting, just like sitting and hoping things would work out, like being still, quiet, and not really doing anything.
Hmm.
But what I've actually learned as of recently, patience isn't passive. It's actually one of the hardest things to practice
Yeah.
because patience overall is trusting. Even
Hmm.
when even when nothing is happening the way you expected.
Yep. Yep.
So, with that being said, what is really patience? Again, patience isn't waiting. It's how you wait. It's the energy you hold while things are unfolding. It's
Yep.
it's ultimately trusting the process without needing constant truth and proof. I'm sorry, without needing constant proof. Um, and that's hard. That's hard because in this world, everything is so instant for us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Yeah. And for healing, it's even harder because, yeah, because like you said, we want everything right then and there.
Mhm.
And that's not something that we're not used to waiting or having patience for.
Yep.
So, and again, I don't know if you guys have been listening to our previous podcast, but everything blends in. We have trust, we have clarity, we have forgiveness, changing your mindset, and it all has to do with patience
Mhm.
and trusting that it is going to happen. It's going to happen at the right time.
Yeah. Patience, oh man. Patience is hard because I mean, I know I've always wanted certainty. And especially now when I transitioned from working my 9 to 5 or my corporate job to doing social media and doing everything online at home
Hmm.
myself, I'm always in an uncertain phase,
Yeah.
in a certain lifestyle, I should say, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week or next month, next year even.
Hmm.
But coming from such a routine background, such a certainty background, I always wanted to know when everything was going to happen, how it's going to happen, how it's going to work out. Even when I did my social media at the beginning, like I wanted to know what was going to happen. I
Yeah.
wanted to know how it was going to happen. I wanted to know how it was going to work out. And when I didn't have those answers, I definitely started to feel anxious. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where we start rushing things, forcing things, settling for less. Because waiting can feel like something is wrong when really something is just developing. And I have to
Yeah.
remind myself constantly, all the time, especially now when I'm just at home most of the time and doing everything on social media. Like I honestly, I see it now as okay, I'm just developing for something bigger and greater. Things are going to happen. And going back to trust and faith, it's
Hmm.
trusting and believing that it is going to happen, not just the way I'm going to expect it
Yeah. Yeah. Or when you want it.
or when I want it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, it's so hard. I learned patience with my son.
Mm.
So that one, because everything, my world was rocked. So I had to learn. I had no idea I entered a world that I had no clue about.
Mhm.
So I had to learn patience, how I essentially had to go into his world.
Yeah.
So and not knowing, and actually learning to just take a breath and just roll with the punches. Just go with it and know that everything's gonna work out when it and when it's needed. So it's that's where it started. And yeah, within time, then I learned more. I started doing more deep healing, inner healing, and I started to let go of a lot of things and not expect so much, and accept that uncertainty of things and
Mhm.
just let it be. But and just know that it's all going to work out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So why get so frustrated on wanting to rush something that cannot be rushed? Because it doesn't matter how many times you try to rush things, it can't be rushed. Time cannot be rushed. Yeah, we don't take the time to actually sit back and see how much we've done in the day, or how much we've done in our life. We just want to be on the go, 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 and trying to get everything done. And if it
Mhm.
doesn't get done, then I'm not going to have enough time. It's like there's always time. It just depends on you, how you use it, and how patient you are, and how you actually are grateful for what you've done, instead of complaining that you're behind. Instead of looking at the negative, look at the positive.
Mhm. Instead of looking, oh my gosh, I have to do all of this, when in reality, you've already done so much behind you.
Hmm.
And you haven't really. I mean, I was guilty of that for the longest time. Like I
Yeah.
just wanted to, okay, I did this, now what's next? I need to do this next. I need to do that next. And I never really stopped, smelled the flowers and say, "Oh, wow, I came this far." No, like for me it was always a check mark, a
Yep.
list, because I was
Yeah.
check marking everything that I needed to do.
Hmm. Yep. And I think a lot of us are guilty of that.
Yeah.
At some point, when we feel stressed or we feel rushed,
Yeah.
we don't take the time to actually, breathe.
Hmm.
It's just kind of like, nope, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's like you got to keep moving in it. And you're still moving. Even if you take the time to sit back and relax, you are moving,
Yeah.
but
I
you're just taking that time to be with yourself,
and
even though it feels like you're not.
yeah. I'm also guilty of that too. I'm also, now that I've been, so I left my job August of last year. So since August to now, I feel like I've done so much more within my life and grown so much more within my life than I have ever. And learning to accept and learning to receive and being open of all these amazing opportunities that just started coming my way again because I've been doing the work. And now that I've been by myself and literally learning about myself, um, and as I'm growing, um, it's just a lot of changes for the better have been happening. And this is where I feel like a lot of us can relate to. Um, this is where we can see what the difference is between impatience and misalignment.
Mhm.
Because I'm pretty sure myself included, I can relate to this so much. What we sometimes might think is impatience, it can actually also be misalignment, meaning like when something doesn't feel right, but we keep pushing anyway,
Yeah.
that restless feeling in your body, it's not always I need this faster or I need to do this faster. Sometimes it's this isn't for me, or this isn't
Hmm.
for me anymore. I was like that. I mean, going back to my experience too, like went to school for nursing while I was in the medical field, and then eventually climbed the corporate ladder and was in there. And I thought that I still needed to continue climbing, that I needed to now continue furthering my education, that I needed to now continue um, climbing up corporate America when in reality it was misaligning me because
Yeah.
I was so tired. I was so exhausted. I was so burnt out. But in me, I thought, no, this is just part of my career. This is just part
Hmm.
of what I'm supposed to be doing. I just need to continue climbing that ladder. I just need to continue going to school. I just need to continue getting another degree and working my way up. But I was dead. Like I was just like the moment I would wake up, my body hurt. Like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so tired. And what my hobby was posting on social media, doing like random cooking videos or just random home videos. When that started taking off, I couldn't believe how fast that started taking off and how much people can relate to with a lot of something that has nothing to do with nursing, nothing to do with my job, but it was something that I enjoyed and was passionate about.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it was like, no, I need to continue working, continue climbing up that ladder and continue being a service to everybody else in the nursing field. And
Hmm.
again, it wasn't until a lot of health issues started coming up. It wasn't until it was hard for me to leave the house to go to work. Like I would literally just this anxiousness just started overcoming me. The whole I don't want to be here anymore just started coming over me.
Yeah.
And again, that's not because I had to be patient to to become a better version in nursing. It was all misalignment. Like it had nothing to do with
Yeah.
growing in the medical field. On the contrary, it wasn't what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. It was more personal.
It was, yeah. Yeah. So again, I thought I was being impatient because I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing what society told me to do, was
Hmm.
what I was supposed to be doing. But in reality, the career that I had going on at home, or like the hobby that I had going on at home, really brought me into my Zen, brought me into my peace, brought me into um, in a whole meditative state. And I felt much more comfortable and less tired being there than actually being at work. Again, I just wanted to touch base on the difference between impatient and misalignment because
Yeah.
sometimes we can get it wrong.
Yeah. And you know what? It's no, and that's good because essentially a lot of us think that, oh, you know what, I already fulfilled this position and you want to continue moving forward. Oh, maybe that's what I need to do because
Yeah.
I already fulfilled this one. So, okay,
Yeah.
what's next?
Hmm.
And in reality, it's not that, you know, or you start branching off to um, different careers trying to find yourself. And again, you know, then we end up with a, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know where I'm supposed to be at. I don't know where I should work at.
I still don't know where I
And
want when I grow up.
yeah, I don't know what I want to do. And but that comes from not knowing yourself, not knowing yourself. And that is also a part of healing. If
Mhm.
you were not aware that getting to know yourself was healing as well, it is. It is because you're actually connecting to who you truly are.
Yeah.
And you are shedding all those personas that, you know, were embedded in you since childhood. So that's stripping all that off. And that's why you feel so lost and so confused and not being able to find yourself or find your way. And again, it does not happen from one day to the other. Just like nothing in your healing journey will happen from one day to the other. It's all a process. It all takes time. So don't think it's going to be like, okay, I started and then by May of next year, I'll be healed. No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. It's actually an a lifetime journey,
Hmm.
literally a lifetime journey. Things will come up constantly. And this is where patience comes in, where trust comes in, where your alignment comes in, where your clarity comes in, where your change of mindset comes in, forgiveness comes in. So all those topics that we just recently talked about, all that comes into fruition when we're healing.
I want to touch base a little bit with trust because I feel patience and trust go hand in hand because you can't be patient if you don't believe something is working out for you.
Yeah, yeah,
And um, whether that's God, universe, source, or life, whatever it is you want to believe in, patience is surrender.
mhm,
And I personally had to learn that the hard way too. I think a lot of us learn patience the
yeah,
hard way in many ways. Um, it's saying, I don't see it yet, but I trust it's coming.
mhm,
Even though that sounds very simple and it may seem very simple, but believing in that, truly believing like it's coming from within, that's where your life changes. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that.
yeah. And to continue on with what you just said, and then that's where patience comes in as well, because most of us, if we're there waiting, and it's usually at that last moment, people give up
Yeah.
because they don't see the change.
Hmm.
So you want to put like a limit on your trust. Okay, I'm gonna trust it, but only till a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, then you're gonna give up.
Yeah. Going
But
back,
that's not what it is.
yeah, going back to that certainty that we talked about.
Uncertainty. Yeah.
When it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, if it's going to work out, because we want to know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Most of the time we want to know, but in reality, it's developing again, like I just talked about. It's going to trust. It's learning to
Mm-hmm.
trust that it's gonna
It's
happen.
gonna happen. Yep.
Because what I just mentioned, I feel like a lot of us tell ourselves, I mean, I used to do this all the time too, is saying that we're behind or that I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind in life. Like I needed to do this since yesterday. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like everyone else is moving forward and we're just stuck.
Yeah.
We're
Or
just
you know
stuck.
what? Or that question, why didn't I know this before?
Yeah.
Why didn't I learn this before? Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't your time yet.
Hmm.
So, and that's a really big one because we all say that, "Oh, I should have known this before, or I should have studied it, or I should have."
Hmm.
And it's like, if it doesn't happen at your time, it's not your time.
Hmm. Hmm. It's like, oh, now. And then once you hit that point, oh, now I understand why it had to come around this time. The
Hmm.
old me
Yep.
wouldn't have never.
Yeah, exactly. Probably would not have the patience.
Yeah, exactly. Um, I feel like when we're in that phase of being stuck or being behind, I feel like we're being prepared. I see it now as I think we're being prepared. I'm pretty sure we're being prepared.
Hmm.
Because what if this season is building something in you that you'll need later on?
Yeah.
So, with me personally, like an example, like I always use my social media, but because it's it's something that it's in alignment with me. And it took me a while to actually see that or come to that it's what I'm supposed to be doing. Going back to I was building it or have been building it because I know I'm going to see the results. I don't know how, I don't know when, or I don't know how it's going to happen, but all of this is my developing phase, my season of building, and I know later on it can be this year, it can be next year, the following. There's going to be a lot bigger opportunities, a lot more bigger opportunities to not only help myself, help my sister, but everybody else around us.
Mhm.
I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know when it's going to happen. I just
We
know.
just know it's going to happen.
Yeah, like I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's where I have to have the patience and the trust and the faith and
And
changing my
clarity
mindset
of
and
what you want.
clarity again, changing that mindset
Mhm.
of it. Because even though I know what's going to happen, yes, I'm trying, and I'm gonna try not to use the word try because I'm learning to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
It's deep down. I know. I just don't know when, but I know it's gonna happen.
Yes. So if you guys did not get that, we know it's going to happen. Just don't know when.
Yeah.
No,
And this season is all about development, all about building, and that is okay. We need to do that. We need to do that as a collective. We need to do that as individuals, as people, in order to see the greater good, in order to see
mhm.
your fruits of your labor, essentially. And not only does it fulfill yourself later on, but it fulfills everybody else around you.
Yep. And you know what? It's just amazing when you find yourself.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you find yourself and that you just know
Hmm.
that things are going to happen.
Yep.
They're going to happen because you have that trust and you have that patience.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing. And I know that you are going to do big things. I mean, you've done them over and over and over again, and you just keep scaling, and that's amazing to me. So I'm proud of you, sister. I am, because I know that you are gonna that everything that you put your heart into, um, it it materializes. So
Though
so
sometimes
that's
I tend to
amazing.
complain during the
And huh?
process.
Huh?
I said even though sometimes I may dread or complain during the process, but I come back to myself and it's like, no, I can't, I will not think that way because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
happen.
and that's because it's your logical mind,
Yeah.
your it is what it is. But I know it's gonna happen. And I think now it's gonna be even bigger because now you have clarity, now you trust, now you have patience. So it's gonna be at a whole other level.
Yeah. And now I'm opening up to receiving more where I was
Hmm.
not even a couple months ago. So being able to hold that much and preparing myself again, going back to the developing phase, I'm sorry, going back to the developing phase and the building season that I was doing these past couple of months. It's like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to transition. Let's move forward. And it's basically just essentially talking to God about it. Be like, I'm I feel good. I feel good where I'm at. Let's continue doing more.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. And it's much more and coming back like once you ha start having that patience and once you accept it, once you realize it and also finding that clarity, you feel so at peace with it. Like yes, we say we can be crazy and say, you know what, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Yes, it sounds crazy to a lot of people, especially in society nowadays. But um, when you've reached to this point of healing, not only are you aligned with it, you move at ease and with peace and not scared. I don't know if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like you're just
Yeah.
not
Because
scared.
I was gonna say not afraid.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah.
not scared because it's It's like, all right, I got to this point. Let's keep on going. Let's see what's next. And who cares what other people are going to say? Who cares what other people may think? At the end of the day, this is for me. This is for who I'm going to be serving, who I'm serving, and essentially doing what I love to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And just and
and
finding yourself,
yeah, and
finding yourself.
yeah, accepting it and saying, "Hey, you know what, God? I don't know where this is going, but I trust.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
trust, and let's move forward. I don't know how it's going to be, but all right, let's move it on up. Let's move on up."
Yep. Yeah. And at the end, everything works out.
Yeah.
Everything works out at
Mhm.
the end. And even though you'll probably feel like hiccups on your
Yeah.
way, but all you is it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as, oh my God, it always happens to me, like I can never get to where I want to get, you're already starting off negative. And I think that the key to all this is to turn all that negativity into a positive experience, and all those hiccups turn them into learning experiences.
Yeah.
Look at them as learning experiences. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, this happened to me. So where is it that I need to go? Where is it that do I need to look more inside me? Am I do I have the clarity I need to have? Start asking yourself all those questions.
Yeah.
Don't look at it as a downfall and you're not going to be able to get anywhere, and don't victimize yourself, because it's going to happen. I mean, it's not a perfect road, but it all depends on how you take it.
And learning to have patience with yourself. Again, I've said this before, have grace. Have a
Hmm.
lot of grace with yourself. Have that patience with yourself because patience isn't just about life. It's also about how you treat yourself. And I
Hmm.
feel like that's also something that we really don't talk about because we're always talking about how we treat others, but we never
Yeah.
really talk about how to treat ourselves because we always expect ourselves to heal fast, grow fast, figure everything out quickly. Again, how we mentioned earlier, healing doesn't work like that. Growth
Hmm.
takes time. Have patience with that. Have patience with yourself. Have grace with yourself. And you're allowed to take your time. Like there's no time limit here.
Hmm.
Like there's no time limit in healing. There's no time limit in anything.
Yeah.
Granted, the more you do work on yourself and the more that you do the work within yourself for yourself, you'll start seeing a lot of changes more quicker than you anticipated. But it's
Yeah.
because you're consistently, and it's like anything, because you're working at it. The more you work and practice at whatever it is that you want to do, if you treat it within yourself, that's how you're gonna start seeing results. It's like going to the gym. How many of us use that analogy for everything? You be consistent going to the gym, you start noticing some results, but because you're being consistent about it. Same thing with working within yourself. If you're
Hmm.
working within yourself, learning how to find patience, be patient, and learning how to have that trust, that clarity within yourself, or that alignment within yourself, you're going to start seeing your life in a whole different way. I am currently living a soft life. And again, it I worked hard in my healing journey to be here.
Yeah.
But because this soft life isn't rushed, it is not rushed. It's intentional.
Hmm.
And it's choosing peace over pressure. I've always been a person to have a lot of pressure within myself. I had to rush, I had to be under pressure in everything that I did in my old life, in my working corporate 9 to 5 life. Um, but when I decided to choose peace over that rush or that pressure and trust over that control and allowing those things to unfold instead of forcing them, you're set. You start noticing a whole different life and your mindset changes for the better.
Yeah.
For the better
Yeah.
in every area and in every aspect of your life.
Yeah. It kind of feels like it's easier.
Hmm. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I don't have to work hard.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
work hard.
Yeah,
I
you don't.
don't work hard to, yes, I may work somewhat of long hours, but it's because I enjoy doing what I do. I
Hmm.
enjoy learning systems. I enjoy editing. I enjoy creating content. I enjoy all of that. Yes, it is essentially like a job because it takes me, if I'm doing like a whole meal, essentially, it can take me anywhere from 5 to 6 hours. But you know what? Those hours go by so fast because when I'm in the kitchen, it's like I'm in my zen. I'm in my zone.
Yeah.
Like I'm consistently just in my happy place.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I'm editing and it's so funny. I was editing a video last night and I showed my partner. I'm like, gosh, I became so good at editing these videos. I love it.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
praising myself and I was so proud of myself for how far I
Yeah.
came on learning how to edit.
And again, it takes time and you
Yeah.
have to redo it and redo it and redo it. Um, and then the magic happens.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
And
Yeah, that's great.
it's because I'm choosing to have patience. I'm choosing to trust and I am allowing trust over control and peace over pressure.
Hmm.
And everything just you start attracting everything
Yeah.
ultimately without working or busting your butt off like or working so many hours throughout the day or throughout the week.
Hmm.
Just naturally, I'm just doing my own thing, doing what I love and attracting it.
Yeah. So essentially, you stop giving and start receiving.
Hmm. But again, it didn't take one day to the next to get here. I was
No.
a big giver. I mean, I still am, but it's intentional now.
Yeah.
It's intentional. And and when it's intentional, you're still more you just feel yourself more with love. You're just
Hmm.
more with you give with love when it's intentional.
Yeah. It feels right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't feel obligated.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like it was when we were growing up. And even
Yep.
until like the last couple of years.
Well, talking about patience, we have a big announcement.
Yes.
So, um, I guess I'll give the announcements. You did all the talking mostly, and then you can
Right.
continue out with details.
Okay.
But this is our last episode of the season.
Mhm.
Okay, of the season. Last episode of the season. So just making sure
Not
you
going
guys
anywhere.
understand that. No, we're not going anywhere. However, you will not get rid of us that easily either because we are working on something. So you want to go ahead and explain what we're working on and what we will be offering.
Yes. So we are working on a paid membership subscription, meaning we will go ahead and have a subscription based open for everybody, anyone who wants to join. And we will be much more active in this subscription, meaning we would be hosting Zoom calls essentially because it's all going to be online. We will be hosting Zoom calls once or twice a month. We're still figuring out the smaller details there. And all of us will be going through a healing journey together. And that way we don't have to be alone. That way you guys don't have to be alone. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything that is bothering you, or you just need somebody to talk to in a non-judgmental way, in a way that is understandable in a way that you just want to vent and not fear it, like we're here. We are
Yeah.
here. Honestly, it's not going to be much. It's $44 a month, but $44 is going to get you or give you so, so much. Meaning we're going to have templates, work templates, essentially workbooks too, uh,
Modules.
modules, different types of modules. I mean, I'm also thinking of adding some if people want to know how to grow on social media. I'm essentially going to be doing a couple of lessons there too. Like we're going to be going down to the nitty-gritty, and you guys don't even have to pay that much for it. Essentially,
Mhm.
this costs thousands of dollars, but hey, we're here to help in any way. And
Yeah.
ultimately, the reason why is because it's going to cover the subscription plan that we're going to be doing either way.
Yeah. And it costs thousands of dollars just for one. You guys are
Yeah.
getting two for
Yeah.
because we're doing it together. So if
Yeah.
one's not there, there will always be the other one. But most of the time we would be together. And so we're very excited. Um, we also have our Facebook community, which we will also offer our subscription community there as well as in all our social medias. But we will be face to face. We will get
More
to know
intimate.
all your guys' faces, and you guys get to ask all the questions and get to know us more on a more personal level, who we really are. And I mean, what more? I think that's exciting. I just cannot wait to get to meet all of you.
Yes.
So, and as it's will also be bilingual as well. So just putting it out there, we can do Spanglish or even, work in there some just Spanish meetings or, just some English meetings, but we'll work all that in there depending on your guys' needs.
For sure.
So we built this, we're building this with so much love and compassion and hoping to share our experiences more with you guys and help you guys through your own journeys, wherever you are at your journey in your journeys. And we receive you guys with open arms.
Yes. Yes. So we're just going to be taking a bit of time for the podcasting. Once we finish launching all of this, then we'll come back and start our second season in our podcast. So
Yeah,
again, we're not going anywhere. It's just
yeah.
a little break. And yeah, we're super excited for all of this. And I'm so
And you know what? I mean, we didn't talk about this, but I mean, just came up. Maybe even one of you guys, while doing your journeys, can actually join us in our podcast for our next season.
Mhm.
And that would be so fun if that's something that you guys are willing, to share with us and to help other people would be great.
Because
So,
not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping other people too. That's an amazing.
mhm, yeah, yeah. So,
And again, I want to say you're not late. You're not missing out. You're not doing life wrong. You're just in a season that requires patience. And
mhm,
one day you're going to look back and realize everything came together when it was supposed to.
yes, yep,
Once again, thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, for listening, for watching, and everyone who signed up for our free membership. Of course, we're going to announce that there too. And anybody who's subscribed to on all our social medias, just thank you. We appreciate you. We
mhm,
appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. And we are so still so excited to be here and still so grateful to be here and seeing what this continues to unfold into and
yeah.
seeing
It
the
it
love and the messages.
it actually stings a little bit. that we will not be recording for a few taking some time off because it's always great to, hear you guys and see your guys' messages and stuff. But we're excited. I'm excited. I mean, I'm super excited to.
Not like we're gonna leave for no,
Oh
it's
no.
just gonna be for a couple weeks. It's
Yeah.
nothing major.
But
But
again, like my sister said, thank you all.
until then, we will see you in our membership. If not, we will see you in our next podcast episode.
All right, bye guys.